human trafficking and slavery remain a major worldwide problem, especially in Durgapur, North India. Here, poverty, gender discrimination and cultural attitudes, including the caste system, have led to much internal displacement and vulnerability.
My husband was trafficked to another state to work, and I had no news of him for months. Then the anti-human trafficking team helped me file a case at the police station. With the help of the police, we were able to locate him and he returned home. But once he was home, he was jobless, and as there was no work or no harvest to reap in our village, we were close to starving, so my husband left again, this time for longer. The anti-human trafficking team told me about the safe house, and I was able to put my daughter in the safe house, as I don't even have a place to live anymore. My daughter is now going to school regularly, and I feel secure that she will not be a victim of trafficking in the future. But my struggles are not over yet. I struggle every day to survive. I was 15 years old when I was lured by a young man from a neighboring village. He was offering to marry me, which would give me better prospects and an easier way of life. I come from a very poor family of laborers who cannot always afford to feed the family 3 meals a day. He took me to Hyderabad and then to Delhi and forced me to work in a biscuit factory. I received no wages, and when I pleaded to go home, he threatened to sell me to a brothel. I was physically, mentally, and sexually abused every day. He then demanded that my parents pay 20,000 rupees for my safe return. Finally, my family contacted the anti-human trafficking team, who rescued me, but the man escaped the police and is still on the run. At first, I was scared to return to school, as I thought everyone would judge me, but the anti-human trafficking team visited my school and explained everything, so I have not been isolated, have many new friends, and am enjoying my studies.
I lost my wife 2 years back when she went to work as a domestic help in Delhi for a woman who was originally from our village. Initially, I was against the idea of her going to work, but then I relented because we could do with the extra income. Plus, this was our neighbor. What could go wrong? 3 months passed, and there was no sign of my wife. And in the meantime, the trafficker's family moved from the house they had rented in my village. After 4 months, I tracked down their son, who put me in touch with his mother. She promised me that she would return with my wife in a month's time. But a year has passed, and she has not been able to return. It is so difficult for a poor farmer like me to keep investigating this. It was then that I heard about the anti-human trafficking program, and who helped me file a report with the police. I am still waiting a positive outcome, but my only hope is the anti-human trafficking program.
My husband trusted an agent and left with 6 other men due to the promise of well-paid work. He did not return for many months, so I questioned the agent, who first denied ever taking my husband. When I persisted, he told me that my husband was lost and that I should look for my husband on my own. I had no idea what to do, as I have no money to go look for him, and the police refused to register my complaint. Then I went to the village elders, and they introduced me to the anti-human trafficking team. The team organized a meeting with the agent, and eventually he confessed that he had left my husband in Uttar Pradesh. I don't have any money now. Whatever my husband had left me with is already gone. I didn't even know where Uttar Pradesh was. I didn't know what to do. All I had was this address where my husband was last known to be. But now a local anti-human trafficking team member is going to travel the 800 kilometers to find my husband, to help reunite us and finally help us to bring the agent to justice. I lost my son. He had gone to work in another state with a few others from our village. We kept in touch for a year after he left, but after that his friends came back home, but he didn't return. When I asked his friends, even they couldn't tell me anything. They said he took the payment and left. They had gone to work somewhere in Delhi. He was only 19 at the time. His father then went to look for him. He took a job as well, so that he could earn while he was looking for our son. Then we were informed by his friends that he had died. We didn't get his body back. His friends had cremated him. We just carried out the necessary rituals here. It's been 5 years now that my son has been lost. The anti-human trafficking team had been trying to help us look for my son. They had helped my husband to go to look for him. But since he's gone, we have lost hope. I'm desperate for help.
The aim of the anti-human trafficking programme of the Durgapur Diocese is to inform the wider community, help survivors and reunite families. It's also to educate young people who are susceptible to sexual exploitation and trafficking. The Church of North India works with people of all races and faiths to fight against trafficking, including empowering local women's self-help groups. They intervene in individual cases to rescue trafficked people and to bring perpetrators to justice. They raise awareness in communities and schools of the risk of child marriages and trafficking. The team works with the police, religious leaders, the media and authorities to raise issues, to educate people and to ensure survivors' voices are heard. They also provide information on safe sex, as the spread of HIV/AIDS is directly linked to human trafficking. They inform victims or those at risk about health campaigns and provide language education. A rescue and rehabilitation centre is also being established, and there is a safe house for children most at risk. Livelihood programmes have been developed, as a lack of income is a significant factor in being tempted away by offers of work. It is very encouraging that more and more villages every day are asking to join the anti-human trafficking programme. Thank you for supporting this programme, which ensures this vital work will continue.